Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? Chuck, Chrissy, Dorinda, Black Watch, Linda. It's good to see y'all. Um, I guess I'll turn down LWN. I don't know if y'all watched, but they were doing the coin giveaway. They had some big news. And that's why I'm a little late. Mike and Tammy have the talking ability. Hey, Anna Marie, how are you feeling? Yeah, I send me all a link. If anybody wants to come up, just ask. I'll, if I know you, I'll let you up. So, um, lots of news happened today. Hey, Gigi. Yeah, Gigi, I even asked about that. How come he quit using the emblem that we always knew it was him? So now I have to go digging for it since I'm a mod there. And so yes, it's difficult to find him. Hey, Victor, Discernment Files, Rescue. Good to see you. T Girl, good to see you. Well, I'm just going to put the link. Copy. Hey, Michael. Hope y'all are having a good day today without the weather. Let me tell you, we need rain. It was 91 degrees here today. Hot. Very hot. Sweaty hot. It's horrible. But good. It's good to be getting the spring. Oh. Hey, Chemical Carl.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you doing?
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
I think you're echoing.
Really? You know what? I bet it's because I saved all those YouTube from D Dog. Okay, let me see what I can do. You talk to everybody.
Well, howdy, everybody. Beautiful T girl, Victor, Discernment, Gigi, the crazy redhead, Black Watch, Michael. Who else we got in here? Anna, wink, wink. Patrick, Dorinda, Rescue. Good to see you, brother. Well, who else we got up in here? Chuck, are you still here? You're up here a ways.
Yeah, I said I was on my way to his house to eat. He's cooking good.
Yeah, they try to lure you into their trap with all kinds of treats and stuff. Yeah, you hear what's going on in my state? We got BLM anti-Tifa protests going on in Grand Rapid right now. They're growing. I see a lot of people dressed in black. I expect something ugly to go down.
Uh-oh. That's not good.
Yeah, there's videos going around of what started it, but there's a lot more coverage and information out there. People are jumping to a side without even knowing the whole story. Another shooting. And it didn't, I
Yes,
don't know what to think of that one yet. I can't make a call with just little bits of information. Apparently, everybody else can though.
always. We had a we had one up in Dallas. It's been maybe it was over the weekend. Hey, Dorinda. Um,
Hello.
well, did you see the immigrants being dumped in D.C.? That was pretty flippin' awesome.
Yeah, but weren't they dropped off at like a Union Station or something?
They were dropped off a block or two away from the Capitol, so it's probably close to Union Station, yes. But no, not to get on at Union Station. That's
So what's
just where,
next? Do they get free government jobs now?
you know what? I don't know. That's what I was wondering because as they were getting off the buses, I was watching and um, I don't know how to share the video out of
I've
my
seen some. I've seen some of
Facebook
it.
chats. Yeah. So they had this bracelet on, like if you were going to an event,
Or a
and
hospital.
or but they were cutting them off after they got out of the bus. But they had manila envelopes with them. Did you notice that?
I've seen those before too.
And it wasn't families. It was single.
Individual males of fighting age.
Yes. Thought that was kind of odd too, but I don't know how this was decided or how they were talked into getting on the buses, but
T girl, you know how to get a hold of me if you need to. Talking about texting me. I had to put my chat on 5 days because I was getting a whole bunch of unwelcome guests.
and I have not figured out how to do that yet.
It's in there. I don't even know that I could explain it, but it's there. You got to play around with your first string. You know, that's what I did. I just started pushing buttons, and then I had some help. And I mean,
Yeah, is my stuff. I know.
what's up, Chuck?
Sorry about
How
that.
you doing, Dorinda?
Yeah, I just
Very
made a
good.
bunch of food to see if I can get some people in here and get them in the bathtub so I can get their liver.
What? What?
Leave a note that when you wake up, get to the emergency room and you only have one kidney.
Oh my God! I heard that a while back.
Yeah, that's
That's
messed up.
real stuff. That really happens, Bonnie. That ain't just in the movies.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, they'll wake up in a tub full of ice and they're like, when you see this, call 911 and get to the hospital.
Wow. And without a liver, can you
Huh?
wake up without a liver?
If they put you on a dialysis machine, you can.
If you got a really good kidney, but
And play that music. Oh Lord.
hey, you there?
Oh, it's his ringtone. Hey Jim, good to see you.
Never get in the van, no how matter of how good the candy is.
Hey Polaris too. Patrick Kelly, good to see y'all. Yes, definitely. That's what I'm like. How did they manage to, or is there a purpose to this madness? Here we are, all excited that they are busing them to DC, thinking that this is a good thing, or is it? I hate it. We don't
What
get
can you really rely on or believe on in today?
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. And that's this watch the water thing. It's like, are you kidding me? We're uh,
well, you never know. There's something really fishy been going on. They really wanted as many people to get that as they could. All an experimental deal too. You know,
Hey, Carl, that
I
was
didn't.
he said for you to behave. He's watching you.
Who is?
Rabbits, I messed with. That was him, but he didn't say that.
You
enjoy.
know, good luck, rabbits, because you know people who tried to keep me in line all my life, and none of them succeeded.
I was just joking. He didn't say that anyway. But he
Well,
goes, "What are you doing?" I
that's-
said, "Just get on Bonnie." He goes, "Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Call me when you get done."
I took it as a joke, but what I said was real too.
I feel bad now. Earlier, remote. I guess it hurt his feelings when he found out I had left, and he's redeeming people as mods when as they logged in. I'm like, well, I took it as I wasn't trusted. Something happened, and I did something wrong, so I just left.
I just don't think he thought it through, Chuck. I think he acted on instinct there and chose the wrong path because all it does is weaken him. He knows who we are because we are blue. All right. He let some
Yeah,
people in there that he shouldn't have, that were able to change their names and remove
Well,
comments and people without his authorization. So when he removed everybody's wrench, he made himself super vulnerable. And there's nothing we can do to help him there if he makes that choice.
now every person he tries to bring back, he has to re-grill.
oh
Well,
well,
yeah, it's pretty easy to go to your channel and know it's you. Same with me. It's that's
yeah.
the
If you
path
go
we're gonna have
directly
to
to the
take from
channel,
now on.
yep. I know. That's last night. I was hitting names to see when their account was created. If it was recent, it was
Yeah, there's a lot of discord running through, a
yep.
lot of stuff going on. But the more of it that goes on, the more enlightening it is. You can see stuff.
Exactly. Yep.
My life,
Well,
don't tell him, baby.
I haven't been on much. I was out at my mama's all day helping her, and so I'm kind of missing seeing a lot. But there is one thing I've noticed, sort of, that I'm keeping an eye on to see if I'm right. It's crazy how we have to. We've turned into spies.
What's
Check
crazy is people going after channels like this. I mean,
Mhm.
it's like we're some kind of threat or something. I mean, what's the deal
Right,
there?
right. I'm small potatoes here. Can't even hit the 500 mark to get on the community page, and it's like
Same here.
it's. I don't know. I don't understand the logic of it. Um,
We
well,
don't have enough drama they got created to make us get more do something so they can talk, make a video about us maybe.
hey, D
You're
Dog.
you're cutting in and out now, Chuck, or is it just me? Everybody else hear that, or was it just my end?
No, he went in and out.
Is it working?
Now it's working.
Might have been because I stopped talking in the middle of saying something.
You got one of them voice actuated microphones?
No, whatever's on this camera.
These
Liberty Warrior's still on, huh? Or something else happened.
I'm loving these comments. I used to be a people person, but people ruined it.
I could say the same thing, but Walmart ruined it.
And then
No, I just wish people would stay home.
I was never a people person, so
sanity has deteriorated at a pretty rapid pace lately.
Yeah, the more people in your life, the more drama you invite to it.
Yeah. Yes, I'm past that, Eugene.
Yeah, Jim, it's a touchy arena right now. People are taking jokes the wrong way and everything. They're just taking statements and turning them against people too. You're gonna have to be a little more careful about who we say stuff in front of. They'll take it and turn it on you.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, you broke your 500 finally, Carl. I'm sneaking up, and Bonnie's right behind me.
A lot of good it does me, man. They won't give me nothing for it.
You get something extra. I forget what it is at 500.
They won't give me the page. As soon as I told you, I found somebody impersonating me that made a channel back in August of 2021.
Yeah.
I've never reported anybody on this platform ever, but I went and I reported them as an option as an imposter. Took a screenshot of the video of mine that they put on there of me sewing. They used a small case letter instead of a capital letter and made it just enough different that they could make a page. I didn't find it till this weekend. And then I go and I report them. The next morning, I have a strike and one of my videos is taken down. And now my analytics are probably going to prevent me from getting the community page. So isn't that nice how, I point out somebody doing something wrong and they get me instead.
I wonder what they did with them. Nothing.
No, they're still up. I watch them. I've got that tab loaded. I've been reloading it every day to keep track of it. It's still there. They haven't done nothing about it.
Crock of shit.
Sounds like they're in their pocket.
Well, it just makes me think this platform endorses that type of behavior.
Yep.
Yes. I'm beginning to wonder that also. I just hate to see we're all in this together.
Yes.
Jim Boswell was saying someone didn't recognize his name. I've seen him for
I've
a
known
year.
Jim a long time. He gets
Yeah.
on panel.
Yes. And a lot of them. Hey, Victor, we're a community.
All right.
And
Without saying much about this, Bonnie, one of
what?
the persons that we were mutually warned about,
Uh-huh.
I'm seeing something I no longer care for. I'm learning things. Even some of the people in our community may not be here for the right reasons, and that's where it's going to get tricky because there's some
Yes.
of them that have gained people's trust. I mean, they certainly had gained my trust until I learned things that I didn't know. Then it makes you wonder. You still can't, be 100% sure because some people are just dense and don't even know what they're getting themselves into, you know. But on
Yeah.
the other hand, there is certainly a definite attempt to hobble up channels like ours. All right, there's no
Yes.
question there. There's an effort. It's not just one person.
Yep.
Now, if we put a video out of a nose picking contest and stuff like that, they'd probably monetize you.
Yeah. I think the way to do this is to do a private panels. You know how apparently you can invite people in and
Yes.
have panels with people. That's not a public forum. I
Yes.
guess it stays on StreamYard, and we can confer about this without an audience and cue some of us in on things we might not know. Might be wise to do one with the creators and then maybe do one with the mods.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to have to be the way to go.
That's a good idea, and I've thought about that too.
Easy
And
way to do that would be just start one, shut it off.
Yes,
Copy
that
the
White
link.
Dove, that is the imposter, the one that took me sewing on a blue boat tarp.
I just looked at him, 17 subs. And
Well, he's got another sub. Well, good for him or her or whatever it is.
um, I
I mean, that
actually,
was made months ago. I can't believe I caught somebody's attention that long ago, you know?
The
mhm.
only difference in the name, he's got a small C in the Coral part.
Yeah. Now, I've had other people say they reported that person for me too, and it's still there.
Yeah, that was crazy on BG's the other night where there were doubles. We were
Yeah,
laughing
yeah,
because she's never
exactly.
been doubled.
That's what made me go looking. That's what got me to go look. Everybody here that does this should go and search their name out. When you do the search, use the filter that says channels, because they'll put up all kinds of stuff that you won't find it until you hit that one that says channels. And it'll
Mhm.
give you all the channels that are close to yours, ones that are spelt a little bit different. You know, it'll give you the most accurate ones first. But then go down that line of ways and look around.
Yeah, and that's why I'm real cautious of who I mod. Um, it bothers me when someone in my chat asks me to mod somebody. I do
That's a
that
fair sign.
at
You
my
know,
discretion.
there's one individual that's been demodded, and he's been asking everybody to give him a wrench, and everybody's
Yes.
knowing better now. And when it first began, that person came into chat saying, "Hey, can I get a wrench?" But they never participate in, you know, like sharing links or anything like that. They never give any pertinent info to what the subject is on the panel or in chat. They're only there to create discord. And I've
Yes.
seen weeks of certain people doing it, and I got a list. Let me tell you, I've been making a list, checking it twice, going to find out who's naughty or nice.
Campbell Carl is coming to town.
Take it good. Um, well, in StreamYard, I go to create a broadcast and then just title it however I want to, private, whatever, and then send out a link. And you don't even have to go into YouTube or anything. It's just right there, and no one can listen, see anything. So if y'all want to do that with the creators, I have some emails. Um,
You
Not
know how
yet.
to get me. I'll send you mine through that route. You know how to get a hold of me.
yes, give me yours like that. And I've been wanting to ask Rescue for his. And
Tennessee Ridge Runner.
hey, Tennessee Red Runner.
Yeah,
Tennessee Red
I
Runner.
haven't told him yet. Oh, sorry, Bonnie.
That's okay. I'm sorry. Tennessee Ridge Runner was a winner tonight.
What'd he win?
I do need to laugh like that. I appreciate the laughs. I tell you.
Tennessee Ridge Runner. What'd you win? Was it a
All,
coin or a? They were giving away silver coins and.
all expense paid trip to the bathroom.
Hello, Mr. Shane.
How are y'all?
Hey,
Hello,
Floyd.
Shane.
Good.
Oh no, not Shane. Now, now,
Anybody? I
now the
know
stream's
anybody
gonna
but me.
it's
Anybody
gonna
but
go
me.
all sideways now.
It's like
No,
there
no,
goes
I'm
the
going to
neighborhood.
actually agree with you. I'm going to. I was sitting here listening to you, and I'm thinking he's more right than he knows. He don't even know how right he is.
Wait. Whoops. Man, my chat's flying.
I love you, Shane. You know I wouldn't pick on you if I didn't.
I know. I know. Remember, we think just alike, and that's the issue we run into is
Oh, okay. Thank
too
you.
much alike.
That's
We
where my
And Sarah,
email
we're not exactly right because I will never wear green tights.
is.
well, and the only reason I thought I might, and then Bonnie talked me out of it, was because I had too many people talking me into it. And
Yeah, yeah. Peer pressure don't work on me at all. In fact, it'll send me the other direction.
Well, I won't tell you, a little bit of beer pressure affects me. And so I was like, all right, I'll do it.
I
And I'm
mean,
like,
every once in a while, I got peer pressured into coming up on panel when Bonnie couldn't get anybody else up here with her at once, you know. So it depends on who it is, you know.
And I appreciate it.
I know. I know you do the same thing for me.
Yes, because it is hard talking to yourself. But you know who
Unless you
can
got
pull
a
that
plan
off?
worked out. If you don't have a plan worked out, it's kind of lonely.
Yes.
You know, it's only hard to talk to yourself on a live stream. I can talk to myself all day long when I'm not on here.
Yes.
oh, absolutely. No, I do it. I do it all the time. Trust me. I live alone. I have plenty of time to visit with myself. And myself tells me a lot of times that I've got to find somebody. I'm going psycho.
But you know who does that so well? Just sitting there talking and interacting with chat.
Rescue? Are you talking about
Yeah,
rescue?
peaceful and yes, just slow. It's like, yep, this is what I'm falling asleep to.
If I say everything the voices in my head tell me to say, y'all think I was crazy. And I told them that repeatedly.
You know what? You just embrace those voices because it's been a few years, but I had this thought. You know, imagine not having those voices in your head and having to be told what to do all the time and never having an independent thought or the little devil going, I dare you, or the angel on your shoulder going, you better not. Imagine not having any of that because that's what's more frightening to me. You know, I think that the saying where, you know, people who talk to themselves are crazy, that just might be some disinformation there.
Yeah, well, especially when they start, you got about 10 of them that are doing that la, 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 la.
Well, you know, I've had enough experience, Chuck, to where talking to yourself's fine, answering yourself's fine, you know, even a little bit of arguing. But if you start yelling at yourself in public, then you might have some problems.
You only do that when you're in line at Walmart.
I
I'd
don't.
love
I
to
don't
see
do that
that.
in public, but I'm going to tell you, there's times I argue with myself and get in a disagreement. Gigi, yes, if somebody will send me a Chihuahua, because I don't want a big dog because I don't like cleaning up big messes and they eat too damn much. But if somebody will send me a Chihuahua, I'll take it. I
Yeah,
want a
that
full
A lot
blood.
of a lot of
The
it
last
comes in
one
the
I
way,
had,
man. Like,
the last Chihuahua I had was part Pekingese, part Chihuahua. She was the most beautiful creature I've ever been around, and she would sit on the couch with me every night as Eminem every night. I'd bite one in half, and she'd eat the other half. I'd do that for three of them, and she ate good. She'd sit at the table just like a human. She'd sit at the table. She'd eat just like a human. She was phenomenal. She was awesome.
Uh,
I'm gonna piss
And
it
you'd
tonight.
say, check out the cows. And she would go ape shit in the car. Check out the horse. She'd go ape shit.
That's
Two
bad.
dog is killing me. God.
yeah, that works, D Dog. And also, if you get behind it, people remember they forgot a lot of stuff in line when you start coughing behind them.
Right. No man.
Yes. And I have them every morning. I tell my brother they're Tourette's. He says, no, you just got some tremors. And I tell him, I said, no, these are Tourette's, man. And he giggles at me. He says, your idea and my idea is two different things, but I know what Tourette's are. Okay. And I know when and I've been having some tremors. And my brother says, you're having tremors. And I said, no, I'm having Tourette's. Because until they're done, don't jack with me. Don't jack with me. I will rip
When
your ass. And
Well, I'm fixing to rip yours.
uh,
When did this decision about animals change?
I never want
Yesterday?
animals. I didn't want animals, but here's the thing. Because animals are they're a full time deal. They're a full time deal. You gotta
Yes, they
be with
are.
them. And
That ain't.
I don't want I never wanted to
Fish aren't.
be responsible again for an animal because I get hurt when I lose it.
It's
I want to
always
say something to Sassy Cat. Suspecting somebody is one thing, but seeing it over and over in other streams, that verifies to me. All right. We're to the point where I don't need any more confirmation than what I've seen myself with some of them. But there are some that I suspect that I don't know. So a meeting of the mind would be a good thing in a lot of these cases.
Why don't they just call them out? I mean, come on, you're going adults.
Yeah, I don't.
You want to catch them with their shit.
There's a lot of shit I don't want in my life, and there's a lot of things I don't have a lot of time for. Would an animal do me some good? Probably.
I don't know.
The
Only
realistic version of it is, oh, I know how to feed them, and I know how to buy the food. I know how to do all that crap.
I can catch you a beaver or a squirrel or something.
Oh, trust me. I've got all. I can go get me I can just open the back door and skunks will come in.
There you go.
I can have
Just
critters.
don't. As long as you're nice to them, they won't even spray you.
Oh no, I know that's right. They walked around the house for 2 hours. I was like, well, how in the hell did I get them out of here?
You let them go when they're ready. That's what you do.
No, I left the doors open so they had a free moment to go. Oh, I didn't. They hung out. They apparently like my.
They go in your house, you never see a damn thing, you never see bugs.
Big as they get the turtle, let it loose in your house, you never see bugs or nothing, maybe even the turtle.
That's easy to say, Gigi, as long as the border stays closed.
Hey, Anthony Duncan. Good to see you again. Cindy.
The border ain't been closed in 2 years.
I love you.
Pretty sure we're in trouble.
Bye, Vicky.
It ain't as easy to get there as it used to be.
Well, my baby she is half Pekingese and no, she's half Pickapoo and half Maltipoo. Because we have to have the poodle because of allergies. And she was born on my birthday. And she's the only one of the litter that survived of the 3.
I will not have a poodle around me. Them yipping little bastards, and they'll yip.
That. If she don't like you, she'll bark. She only hates lawnmowers and sirens. Oh, and if a fox comes up or something, she'll bark. But
my sister-in-law has a miniature poodle, I think it is, and that little.
Let's take a minute to recognize that Gigi's putting her foot in her mouth.
She's putting her what?
Don't say that. Shane wants to put Bonnie's foot in his mouth.
I don't know.
He wants to play Little Piggy. Carl, on a serious note, can I ask you a quick question?
Probably have a quick answer.
Well, who you asking?
Canadian Patriot Brenda needs to tell you something. Is it okay if I share your number with her so she can send you the message?
Yeah, actually, is she on the way that me and you can communicate? Is she on that one too?
Hey, Brenda.
Oh,
She
but
gave me
Facebook.
her
If she's
email.
there, just send her that who I am on there.
All right.
Wonder who's blasting my phone.
That's the best way to get me, man. When I'm not using this phone, I take the battery out and I put it away because I don't use this unless I'm doing this type of thing or I'm expecting a call or I want to make a call. So I don't watch my text or my phone. You know, I don't. I watch the other thing that you can get me quicker there.
And I've walked in a house that Chihuahuas, they never shut up. That's just little dog's traits. My mother has a whoa.
The hell was that?
My son playing online a game with his other brother that's in their 30s. They love each other.
Go in there and close that damn door because man, that was
That was door shut. My door
That was
shut.
actually pretty funny, especially for the timing that
it
when it
was
was
I
funny.
everybody was
know.
quiet.
It's like, hello. Okay.
I heard that and I'm like going, God, was he talking to Biden? That'd be great.
Anyway, my mama's dog is a wild hair terrier and she barks like crazy. Only at my mother's. She don't bark here.
Carl, no Facebook or Twitter, she said.
Oh,
I
Yeah,
have her email.
I cannot do a yipping ass dog. I will not do a yipping ass dog.
Ask her if she wants me to put her email in private.
I think she's
Or
out.
just have Chuck just message me that email.
yeah. Or there you go. If you got contact with her. I thought you were seeing her in chat.
She was. I don't know if she still is.
Gigi,
And plus, if I've got your emails, then I can invite you to one of those private streams.
Gigi, yes, you're correct. I don't mind them barking if someone knocks on the front door and they're like protecting you. But man, so, one that just yips and barks and I don't know, you can fart and the damn thing goes off. No, I will not do that.
Hang on, Eric.
I will get rid of it. I will put it down. Whatever I've got to do, I'm not going to put up with that. So yes, I'm not good with. Now animals I love. Trust me, I love them, but I'm just not going to do it anymore. Like I said, I just don't want to. Unless you're going to do everything I need and they're going to go with me everywhere I go and be part with me, then I don't want nothing to do with them. And I can't have a big dog that'll do that because a big dog will not. There's one dog that will.
I like the
There's one dog that will. And they are a one owner person. And that's all they will tolerate.
that's
And
cute if you called it a person.
that's a wolf. And I would take a wolf. Everything I've got in my house is wolf. I want a silverback, not one of the little piss ant wolves. I want a silverback. No Shane dogs can't cook and clean. Well, I
Yeah.
know that's right, but man, I want them to. Boy, if they could, I'd like them a lot more. But no, no, I want a silverback. I want one of the big ones. And I used to go up to Garden City and see them all the time in the zoo. And I had them to where they would come up to me.
Yep.
You probably should be very specific in your statement so you don't end up with a silverback gorilla.
Well, and a silverback gorilla would be awesome too. Trust me. I would love to have one of those too. Trust me, he's the second favorite. Now I don't know if I can afford to feed him. I don't know if I can afford that many bananas and some
Okay,
of the
chicken.
greens. But man, no, I would take a silverback gorilla too. Either one, I'd be okay with.
This boy here has a wolf, and I wanted to pet it so bad. And so I waited until he came out of the building, and I asked, and I got to pet it, and it was just sweet as could be.
I want to tell you, a wolf is usually a one owner person. They
Well,
are
yeah,
very, I want the one that's 98% silverback, which are the monsters. You know, they was bred to take down deer and elk. These things, they bred themselves to do it. These things are monsters. They'll get 300 pounds. Now that's one I would own,
yeah.
and
We have,
I found two of them, and one of them was down in San Antonio, Texas, I do believe, and it was a pup. But once they get used to you, they will not turn against you. Now, if you have a wife or a family member that comes around, you got to be very on your toes because that thing will attack. It does not like anybody but you. And that's the only issue I have with it. But I want one so bad. And like I said, everything in my house, all my blankets are wolves, all my pillows are wolves. I've got I've got all kinds of trinkets and crap you sit around your house at wolves. Yeah, I've always been into wolves. So I'm very cautious because I don't want to hurt nobody. But yet I don't want the big beat bill either because they will eat and they like red meat too. But you got to be careful on how much red meat you feed them. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I've been having struggles. Now, one of my favorite animals that I, like I said, she is part Pekingese, part Chihuahua, and we was M&M night every night, and I left her with my mom for 3 or 4 days. I told her, I said, every night you got to give her 3 halves of M&Ms, and my mom did. My mom took the time; she'd bite them in half and give them to her. Yeah, my mom took care of that dog, and I want to tell you what. When I walked in the house, that dog jumped in my arms, and she would not get out.
yeah,
I pretty much like all critters: cats, dogs, horses, cows, all
yeah,
skunks, deer, whatever. What do you got? Because I like them all.
right. A lot of people here have the Great Pyrenees. uh, They are so beautiful.
Well, we had a bunch of them here, and I want to tell you what, they're a pain in the ass.
They're all awesome with mashed potatoes and gravy.
I will pet a junkyard dog. I got no worries about it. I'll walk right up to one that looks like he's trying to eat me, and the next thing you know, I'll be sitting next to him, and he'll be trying to eat everybody else.
You're the whisperer.
Yeah, Gigi, that's the rumor. That's not true. Uh, I don't think a chocolate will hurt a dog unless you overfeed it chocolate. Now,
No.
just half an M&M, just one or two or three, I don't think you're going to hurt them a bit. Well, matter of fact, she was 6 years old, still eating them with me. 6 years.
Yes, it is. And
And then me and my girlfriend broke up. The only thing reason is that dog did like her better than she liked me, other than the M&Ms.
Here, I
And
got a question for panel and for chat, just because this is a training thing. Let's say that an animal attacked you and he bites your limbs. He's got a hold of your hand. What do you do?
well, it depends on what kind of animal it is.
I'm talking about a dog. I'm talking about a dog. If a dog bites you and has a hold of you, what do you do?
I had a pit bull hanging on my knee.
All right,
Well,
but this is literally special forces training. All right, this is real. I'm trying to look for the correct answer. There's only one real correct answer.
Well, I sure
I
didn't
would
jerk back.
grab their
it would be probably take your other hand and strike it right behind the ear.
No, no, that's you're going to have more troubles doing that. All right,
grab
listen,
their
because this is real. This is real. All right, all canines' teeth are hooked inward. They're meant
Yes,
to hold meat. You shove
yes.
your hand down its throat. All right, that will keep it from breathing, and it's the only way that you're going to get them to release you.
Yeah, the
And
gag
look who
reflex.
knew the answer.
No, it really works. You know, I've been in that position. It really does work. If you go with the teeth, you'll get more release than you would trying to fight it off in any way. Sure, you know, if you had a weapon or the ability to, but you know, if you hit that dog while your hand's hooked, you're going to do yourself damage too, there, Shane.
Well, and I did that once with a pit bull. I did that once with a pit bull. And I hit it right behind the ear, and I struck it with a. Now my hand was open, but I struck it with a side motion right behind his ear,
But I,
and he let go because he. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it stunned him or what it was, but yeah, maybe this one wasn't like most of them, but he let go. He was like, "What the hell was just that?" Because I think it damn near knocked him unconscious.
hey, we lost Chuck.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for him to come back.
German Shepherd we grew up around.
See, Anna would have done better than most.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
not saying what I did was correct, Carl. By no means. I'm not saying what I did was correct. That's just all I knew to do because I was friggin'
Well,
scared.
really, the problem with that tactic is somebody having the calm enough mind to do it, because the instinct is to pull away.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're just
yeah,
gonna rip your crap to shreds.
yep.
Oh, Chuck,
Sorry,
he
Chuck.
left because it was couldn't get a
Chuck,
word. Well, get back up here, Chuck. We'll let you talk. Sorry, bud. I'm so sorry. Get back up here, Chuck.
they're just being all quiet too.
So I'm watching a couple things. I was checking well, peaceful protests in Grand Rapids, whatever you want to call it.
I'm gonna have to look that up unless you want to share it.
Well, let me see. See if it's still this live ended. but I think it's still up. Here, let me double check to make sure it's still up. See if he's got a new one going.
I'll check.
Oh yeah, he's got a live going. Let's see, where's this? Well, no, he's got a live going. I don't think it's. He might be using an alias. Gonna have to find a new source for a live feed on that. I think. I know with that many people dressed in black, I'm expecting some kind of troubles down there at night. You
Yeah.
know, like all of a sudden places burning and that type of stuff.
Yep.
I
Hey,
find it
Lake.
very.
How
Hey,
are you?
like, I find it awful. You know, when I first clicked onto that live in Grand Rapids, the first things I saw were shields with the big red A painted on them, and I thought to myself, how convenient it is that the old anarchists' A symbol can be reused for anti-Tifa.
Yeah. Did you see that you're tagged for a challenge?
No, I didn't see that. I don't
Um,
even know how I mean, how to tell I was tagged.
like very.
No. Well, I'm thinking Mark B right off the bat. He probably got nut tagged or something.
Hey, Robert. Good to see you. Z-Man.
It's like being tagged like a pigeon.
Well, you know, Peanut. I don't know if you know who the Nut House is, but he's a good guy. He's funnier now. But he tagged what he calls nut tagged Mark B. And then Mark B was in a chat saying, well, I'm going to nut tag Carl, Camel Carl. I'm like, well, it's got to be a legitimate thing. Can you share a link there, Lake? Because I'm totally lost. Tag and I'm it. I still can't find it, man. I just opened up my feed. I got no notice. I got no nothing. Hmm. Oh, it is, and it's Peanut, but he wants me to, must email, do something. Oh, a book challenge. He's going to have me read a part of a character in one of his book readings. I bet.
Yep.
Hmm. All right. Well, I'll
You-
play along. Hmm.
Yep. What else newsy did I see? Oh, oh, um, a date actually set by a district court judge. Was it? I'm just gonna have to play some noise.
Hmm. I'm
Let's
going
see.
to have to find a way to get in contact with Peanut.
What's your point? No, I bet where did I save it? I hate whenever I won't let me email to myself anymore, so I can't tell where I put things. No, didn't save it there either.
I got other emails somewhere I could use. I just got to find them and find the passwords. I haven't used them in years, you know. But I guess I could pull one of those out of the hat and start using that.
Oh, I got some emails, but that's like Facebook. I've been getting requests, and I haven't been on there in 10, 15 years, but I'm getting like 15 requests a day, and I'm thinking, And then my little sister calls me and says, "Hey, you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine." She says, "I'm seeing stuff on Facebook and they're worried about you." And I said, "As far as I know, I'm okay. Maybe they know something I don't."
Got it, Lake. Thank you.
So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well, that happens to me every time I comment too much on one of Ted Nugent's live streams. I get 50 fake friend requests and all kinds of stuff happens every time I go in there and say too much. They latch on to your handle and start flooding you.
Mine's all family. Mine's all family and people I know. They're all trying to Facebook friend me, and I'm like, I really don't think I have a recent Facebook. Now, maybe I do, and I just don't. Maybe I just a
Maybe somebody
dumbass.
else has your
Remember
Facebook.
it, but
In this world, you never know if somebody else made a page in your name.
well, and what happened is I've had a couple of people help me with my internet, and we've got a couple of channels, and since Liberty Warrior went over to Facebook and stuff, now I got people just dinging me all the time, and I'm like going, what the hell is going on? I mean, there's 8,000 people over there that's or more that's just dinging me, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? I don't
Got it, Lake.
know. I'm not even going over there. I don't even go look. I just delete it and go on. I mean, I don't. Well, I mean, it's every day. It's almost annoying. All the damn notices I get.
All right, y'all. Y'all ready to hear this?
No, probably not.
You already heard.
Oh,
Back to ANN American News Network. I'm your host, Vlad. We have a breaking development right now. The Durham report about we know that the Clinton campaign, we know what they were doing with the so-called Binocular Act. That's what we're going to call it. That's right, the fake Binocular Act. We know everything came out, that they were making false statements, not telling the truth to a federal judge. Clinton campaign's attorney
They're gonna get
filed
taken
a motion to dismiss the case. An Obama-appointed judge denied their request, and we are moving forward with the full-blown trial of the campaign, all the bad actors involved, starting May 16th. It is now a set date. It's happening. Their motion to dismiss was denied. Big win. Check out the link down below for the full story. Check out that link to the merch.
Is that Roman guy? It sounds like a guy I follow.
It's what do you call it? Is he Roman?
I think his name is Roman.
It might be.
He's good in info. He's never put out fake crap.
you don't even know who the hell you're following, Bonnie?
That one is American News Network. Well, he goes by two different names, I think.
Yeah, his name is Roman, and he's like a single guy. He's been doing this on his own since 2020.
Yep.
That's why I've been following him since then. And he goes quiet for a long time, but that's because he doesn't have anything he can verify.
Yeah. He's been pretty right. Hi, Ray. How are you?
Hey, Bonnie, Camo, Shane. Durr. I love saying that. Durr. Just makes
What's
you
up,
feel good,
Sue?
right? Durr. Sorry, I had to pick on somebody.
How you doing? Better than me this time.
I'm
Shane, you know Slim here. Everybody knows Slim. I know Slim. Slim's cool.
I'm doing a lot better than I was Monday. That's for sure.
Good.
Well, that's good to hear.
So what have I missed?
Who knows?
Let's see.
No.
Dogs, wolves. What do you do when you're attacked? Riot
You know
in.
what you do when you miss something, don't you, Slim?
Uh-uh.
You aim better.
Yeah, I'm a bad aim. That's why I live
Yeah.
alone.
Yeah, well, it's easy to aim. Just hard to pull the trigger at times.
Nah,
Immigrants
make
being
a little
dumped in
appeal for that.
DC.
Now that's something I wish we could do live streams on with target shooting. 'Cause then I might be a little more competitive.
I
Oh,
have seen people do that.
We couldn't
That's
get
gotta
away
get
with that. There's
expensive,
no
though,
way. There's no
because
way on God's green earth that we could get away with that on our stream.
No.
if Camel put up a target and told me to hit the center, I'd go through a lot of cameras and still not hit the center. I'm just saying. It would get expensive after a while.
Remember Obama F. Spike?
Yeah.
Come to think of it, I haven't seen him in a long time, but he did do
Obama?
that.
He was on the stage yesterday.
Obama F. Spike.
No. Sorry.
It's a handle, and I remember it
Yes.
pretty well.
Yes. But I
What, you
haven't
saw
seen
him?
him in quite a while. But he
You
had,
remember California Patriot Charlie? You remember him? He used to
yes,
come on panel when you first started.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, do you remember?
Charlie?
You know, I mean, there's some people I know that have disappeared from our view, but I see them elsewhere. You know, like Betty
Oh,
Daly. I was worried about her for a long time. I did a video, and she commented on my video. I'm like, oh wow, cool, you're still around. You know, they just don't go to the lives like they used to.
yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that's changing, man. We're all there's a lot of things gonna change, and I don't think if you watched Mike's show tonight, you ought to know that we're fixing to no longer be on YouTube.
Well, it's the same thing with me. You know, they screw with me too much, and I'm going to be using this platform to advertise my new Rumble channel. I mean, it's not new. I've had Rumble channel for a long time, but I've never used it. And I'm going to start doing lives on that, but I'm going to advertise here. I'll probably still throw a few little videos on.
Rumble is because there's no there. You can't go monetize it if we was to do a live.
I don't have no interest in monetizing at all. That's the thing with me is I don't understand why people would go after me.
It's a moderation. You can't get the trash out of your chat. So that's the reason why we didn't go to Rumble right away. And
I didn't see any there. That's just it. I've been at a lot of other people's live streams there, and we said what we wanted to without any type of repercussion, and there were no trolls. All right. I understand some people say that they've seen some trolls there. I have yet to see any there. They have nothing to gain.
Been there a couple times, and I'm going to tell you what.
Well, they're following you, Shane.
Oh, I know, and I know who it is. I know exactly who it is.
Again, there's no reason you can do and say and do whatever you want with me. I've told my whole life story right here on this thing. I will let anybody know anything they want about my shady past, you know, whatever. I'm not here for any of that. I was here to help, learn something, find out some truth, meet some people, make some friends. I'm not one of those guys that are going to judge other people, number one. Number two, I would never do hit pieces on another channel. That seems like it's a waste of my time. That's not what I was here for.
No.
In fact, if it's a stream or a channel that I don't appreciate, what the heck would I do? Stay there? Why would I stay there? If I wasn't liking what I was hearing, why would I stay in that chat and say it over and over and start something with people? That's just not me. I have no malice in my heart, man.
There's no
And
reason for that. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. There's no reason for that. It's all in, but we've got some that like to do nothing but tear us apart, and they ain't got no material.
well, that's the thing about me, Shane, is I've never started a fight. I'm incapable of starting a fight. But I've been in a couple hundred fights in my life. And if you go swinging at me, that's the permission that I need to do what I got to do. And that's the way it's
Exactly.
always been.
And that's
That's
the
the way it'll
world's
always be.
worst thing to do. That's right. And that's me. I'm the same damn way. That's the world's worst thing to do with me. But yeah, and I'm the same damn way, Carl. I'm the same way. Remember, we think and we are. We're more alike than what you understand. I
And
don't. I
Well, I
don't.
feel sorry for you that
what
because, you know,
I don't get upset, man. I really don't. And I'm going to tell you, I've been aggravated the last 3, 4, 5 months, and it's just because of all this stupid shit that they've been trying to get me on. I've stepped it all away.
ain't nobody seen me mad in 25, 30 years. All right. You just
Eh,
ain't going to get me
Bingo,
there. Even if you
bingo.
try to hit me upside the head with a stick, even while I'm sticking it up your ass, I'm not going to be mad. I might even be laughing. I've been known to laugh and smile when I'm fighting. All right. I didn't even know that
Oh,
about myself,
that's me
but I was
too.
told that.
I remember that in November of 19. Oh, what year was that? No, I was doing the same damn thing. It was 1997. No, it wasn't 97. 96.
I
And
just
I
all
was
I
kicking
knew,
my
man, is I've spread nothing but love, peace, and truth on this here interweb since I began doing it. All right.
oh,
I've done I've done nothing to nobody. I'm getting accused of stuff I never did. This one guy, I don't even care anymore. He was Shane 187. Every time I saw him in chat, I'd say, "Hey,
oh
it's Shane with the
my
reverse.
God, he
It's
is.
Shane with the reverse drain," and we would joke and laugh and we were buddies, and all of a sudden he started turning on people in every chat that he visited. Well, now he's Libertas and he's sneaking in everybody's chat with a different handle to do the same stuff over again. Now he's accusing me of blocking him from these people's channels, which, all right, now he's judged me, and it wasn't me. I've never blocked anybody in any channel except for those bots. Here's the truth. If they came in with one of those links, I hit them. That was the only time I've ever hit anybody. I've never done it for
I'm gonna
anybody
tell
else.
you, Shane 187 is not a good feller.
Well,
And I'm
he's
not
coming
trying to
up.
knock him.
I know of 4 or 5 of his channels, all right? And I've seen what he does, and I've watched it for months. So nobody
Yeah,
has to convince me of how good or bad he is because I already know. That's the only reason I would say his name openly right now because I've been attacked. All right. He accused me of things I didn't do. Now it's game on. Get it?
yep, I
yeah,
get
Well,
it.
he's not a
I
good
actually
feller.
used Shane 187 on Monday to
You
get
Well,
another
used it.
person
I
on my
know
channel.
several people that don't know what he's about yet. All right.
I
But I
used him
actually used to
100%.
watch the dude's channel and I watched where he went from nice guy to dickhead, man. And I don't know why.
Oh my God, I did too. I watched him from when he started. He was wonderful to watch. I mean, he was very inquisitive and just wanted to know answers and asked lots of questions. And he
What's
had
up,
some good
Robert?
information. But man, once he got his and he got in with
Well, he is
CBC,
also Travis Tranny, all right? And he's been coming
oh, I
in.
know.
He get he gets the trophy pick for taking out the Search for Truth channel because I guess he's probably the one that got the credit for it. So he took his picture and he doctored
That
it all up with stupid rabbit ears and stuff, and he's going around poking people.
he's the one that came up on Roberts.
Yes, yes. And up until now, I kept my mouth shut, all right? Because that's who I am, until you fuck with me.
Hmm. Same.
I was the
That's
same
what I
damn
said.
way.
If
Oh, and I've got
I got
other
another
skills.
one,
I've
and
got
he's
some
asking
other
me
skills, and
cat.
I know some other people that those people should realize that, I grew up in a law enforcement family. My mom was a cop for 20 years. She helped invent the lean system, which is the statewide law enforcement information center. All right. This is what linked all the police computers together. So I have some little bit of knowledge, and I know some people, and I know who to ask on how to get other information. And I want this stuff to come out. These people that are doing this to perfectly good people should be held liable for their actions.
Hey, Chuck's back.
yes, he
Chuck's
is.
glad to see you back. Thank you, buddy.
Stevie was over. I dropped the link for Stevie Ray Vaughan, and it's one of his greatest hits on there.
Are you trying to change the subject and get me out of that, Chuck? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Not
let's
really, but it was
let's
for me
stop
that
that
happened.
because this guy he's
Which
just
per-
bad news, and we're going to leave it there.
Which person was that went on to Roberts and did that?
I missed it on Roberts, apparently.
He went
I wasn't
by
there.
Travs something.
Yeah, he was on mine Monday when I decided to go off.
It's all the same dude, man. It's all the same guy.
Is that,
Well, yeah, it's the same group.
is that
I
Stem?
mean, that the ones I just named, that's the same guy. There is other guys, and they have multiple handles. Some of them have many handles.
Now
Yes.
they're running around saying we threatened somebody or somebody threatened somebody, and I was like, I ain't threatening anybody. So.
That goes back to me. Sorry.
Well, and we can't just reach through the as bad as we want to the computer screen or whatever. It,
Not exactly.
Yeah, he's had some issues, which is, and here's the thing: people got to realize that he got in with some bad people. He's wanting to be part of it, and he's trying to make a name for himself, which is fine. But he's going to hurt himself along the way. So you have to just wake up and realize that he is no longer part of our community that we enjoy.
Yeah, bullshit. He's just nothing but a pain in the ass, and that's what he's there to do. I'm done with that.
It all falls back on that thing I said about the people who want to be left alone. The true terror will arrive at these people's door, and they will cry, scream, and beg for mercy, but it will fall upon the deaf ears of the men who just want to be left alone.
That's it.
There you go.
And that's it. And that's 100% correct.
To be honest, my channel doesn't mean that much to me. I'm not too worried,
It ain't the channel thing with me. It's like a personal insult and personal attack.
That's
well,
the
if
guy.
y'all see this one, don't let it up.
Spelled a couple ways.
That's like my boys.
they try to come out.
I sit on the porch for a reason, and when I get off the porch, you better not be standing there.
Hey, I put some chicken in the juice to let it soak it up. It's in there in the corner, the right corner.
All right. My youngin' liking that chicken.
Well, I'm going to tell you, and I'm the same way, Chuck. It's one of those deals that I'm the type that if I have to get off the porch, and like I said, I'm not going to hold a grudge against somebody that just thinks badly of me because, that's their opinion. Okay, that's great.
People's opinion to me is not my business.
Yeah, no, and it ain't mine.
Opinions are.
If I have to get off the porch and take care of the problem, then there's an issue. But it's one of those deals. People have too soft a skin now, and you got to realize that these people do this crap. Just
Shane, I have kept my mouth shut for months. All right.
Yes.
And I was not bringing nobody into anything until they mentioned me. When they mention me or they judge me in a public forum, that's when it changes. All right.
Well-
That's when I will address it differently.
Yep.
Well,
Mine is-
and I understand that, but you also got to remember, you still got to be the bigger man. Because Carl, I know you're the bigger man.
You'll
I
never
thought
see
You
me.
like to be, but
You'll
you
never
won't.
see me go off the rails, man.
Raise,
Now, I did
raise.
go off. I did go off on Monday. Chuck, you were there. Camo, I think you were there. Bonnie, I think you were there. Shane, I think you were there too. I know Rescue was. But I went off. I went off the handle for a while because I had to defend a statement that I had made that somebody falsely got accused of, and
No,
had
no, man. No,
their
take the
freaking-
feelings right the hell out of here, Ray. All right. It's not about feelings. This is about stopping them from what they're doing to everybody else and
well, that
myself.
too, but
All right. That's all that I care
It-
about. I don't have no
it wasn't
feelings about
feeling.
this.
It was the fact. No, I because each one of you guys that I hang out with,
This is work, man. This is a task. This is no longer just fun and games or bullshit. It's something that I want to remove it now. I don't want,
Oh.
and then move on.
Hey, Camo, let me hear Ray. I want to hear what he's saying. I missed
Right.
it.
I just don't want to be misconstrued from what I'm trying to say.
No, I had to
no,
step in
you
because
won't be.
I had to. Somebody was being accused of something that I said. First of all, like I stated in the live, first of all, quit making an ass out of yourself and assuming things. Get the facts before you You try to attack somebody, and before you even do that, you better freaking talk to them to find out what the hell's up.
And
I
I
did
was
Monday.
there, Ray. I know, and I didn't even hear you say that when it was said, and I couldn't recall when they were accusing somebody else of saying it. So I was like, "What the?"
Yeah, they were accusing somebody, and I straight out said, "I'm the one who said it," and I
Yeah, you did.
honestly feel
I
the
was
way
there
that
too, man.
I said it. What
I
I
was
said, I
also there,
absolutely
whether you know
100% feel.
Well, and here's what I've always said, and I will say it again. There's always two sides to every story. And if you don't hear both sides, you have no reason to judge.
A lot of them are empowered by this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think that
No, I didn't see that, Grizz. I'd like to see that, Grizz.
I am a firm believer. If I don't hear both sides of the story, I'm not going to judge you because I don't know the sides of the story. I will not do it. Will not, because I've been damn near thrown in jail. I went to court one time. Get this, guys. Listen to this story. I went to court and I was accused of. I can't remember what I was accused of, but I was in there with my ex-wife. And they accused me of, maybe it was DV. I don't remember. And I said, so the cops went and and the judge asked me. And I said, I'm going to tell you something. And the cops went to the women. They got their story. But they never come found me and asked me my side. So, yeah, I said, so all this horse shit was put on me because they didn't even come get my side. And I said, I want to tell you something. That is bullshit. And me and the judge, we kind of got into an argument because he says, who are you to break my, because he asked, because I called my wife at that time, and he says, and I wasn't supposed to. But yeah, we talked, and we visited, and we got along, which is fine. But yet he found out I had called her, and I said, well, you put this on me. And I said, and he flat out asked me, did you break my restraining order? I said, yes, I did. He looks at me kind of funny. And I said, no, I'm going to tell you something. This is a one-sided story. They got their plea, but not my plea. And the whole
That's
side of my head
entirely. That's
bruised
just.
and
That's
beat
not
up.
been the problem, though. The problem is going into the people coming into people's chats, bringing dramas from other streams into new chats, repeatedly doing the same type of thing where they come in and interrupt a chat or a panel with their drama. This is intentional. I've seen it for so long. I can tell you who does it and how they do it, and it's ridiculous. Some of them have obtained wrenches, so they go into people's chats and they remove people when they think nobody's looking and comments for no reason. If they're questioned, it was an accident. But I've seen the same excuse over and over and over.
Oh, I've
Right?
seen it too, and I know exactly
It's
where most of it comes from.
there's a select group of people doing that. Then there's a whole nother couple groups that they're doing hit pieces on people. When they come into a group, they act like they're part of everything else, and then they'll say something to start an argument, and then they'll go, oh, well, this person said this, and they'll go run off and they'll tell everybody, and it's a group effort with these, and there's a couple of them. And it's ridiculous because all you people, everybody here, everyone I know and hang out with, they're not like that. Nobody's out to get anybody, but dang it, they're out to get us. All right. And that's the thing I'm addressing. It's not any certain individual, it's just too many individuals doing this now. And it's ruining the moment, man. And tell me I'm wrong, because I've seen it stress a lot of people out already. I've seen people get frustrated over it, and I've seen people talk about quitting their channels over it. That's a bunch of them. We can't allow that. We need to take control of the situation. Is all. We need a plan.
They
We need
get
to
you
work
out,
on it. I'm going
and they tell
to
you you're
do some private panels with you creators, and I'm going to do some private panels with the moderators, and because with a good plan, the problem won't be there no more.
they get you going, and then they turn around and say you're threatening them, or you won't let them speak, or you're attacking their First Amendment rights.
Who cares?
There it is.
Who cares? Who cares?
There it is.
We all know who they are. Who cares? Who cares? They said, well, I thought this was a free speech.
Yeah,
well,
they'll use
there's
the
only
excuse
free
often.
speech as long as we're allowed to have free speech, and some of ours is blocked. So yours is going to be blocked.
You also have freedom of travel, but not through my fucking house.
And that's
Yeah.
And-
And they're even doing this. They're even using distinction within the ranks. They're coming in and they're telling people, "Hey, this is one of them. You shouldn't. You're being seen with this person or whatever, and now you're part of that. And now they're gonna group associate you with. If you didn't know who these people were and you just happened onto their streams and you're visiting there, and then one of us see them, then you're associated with that group, and then it creates this distrust within the group. And it's like, no. Nobody knows who anybody is, and everybody's going to be questioning who comes into a chat new. You want new people to come into a chat. How must it feel to be an outsider, to come into one of our chats right now and be looked up and down and, vetted right there on the spot? That's just odd, And there ain't no making peace with these people, by the way. That's the thing. That's what I've learned. There's no making peace with them. They're not in it for that. So you can give up on that thought.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I don't care what they say or do. This channel is going to stay here unless it gets taken down by something stupid I did. I do have a backup channel. It's under a whole different name. Never put anything on it.
If that happens, Bonnie, I apologize.
No. I'm talking about something I put out on it. But I hope to have it always. Well, I hope to always have it here. If somebody else gets knocked down, more than welcome to come over here and I mute whatever, run it. We can't have the division, and
no,
we're all supposed to be going towards the same goal. And
Yep.
that's to get out of this mess alive.
I finally got a strike on that video too, Bonnie.
Did you?
Somebody reported it. I think it happened earlier today.
The
Lake, that's a valid tactic that is effective only if everybody else treats it that way. That's the problem with that tactic, is it almost never flies. Before that comment can scroll out of sight, somebody's going to address it and bring it back.
Everybody loves a train wreck or a car wreck. So.
Well, you know, the truth is some people just want to watch the world burn, Chuck.
Yep. And I'm happy to pour the gas on them.
ooh-wee.
Well, that's just it. You know, I'm a peaceful dude. I don't want to hurt nobody, and I don't want them. You know, look what they did to 1A. They turned a discussion into that he made threats against them. All right, I was there the whole time. I seen the whole thing go down. I was warned about one of the participants in that action, and I defended them, thinking that person was no, it couldn't be. But you know what? I saw it from my own eyes. You know, so now I know that's another one.
They had me thinking I had dementia because I was there too.
I know, Chuck. I remember it. And it's like, that's why, you know what I do. If there's something that involves you and I find it, I send it to you, don't I? Don't I, Bonnie?
Yes.
All right. That's the same thing. You know, if I was just, I'm not going to step in it, but I will let my friend know that it's happening.
Yes.
I am my brother's keeper.
That's a pain in the ass. From somebody who never had brothers, I tell you, that's not fair.
I mean, I never had any
Somebody
brothers.
that's had a brother. Sometimes your brother needs a good ass whooping.
True.
Well, don't get me wrong, man. I've carried my share of drunken fools and all kinds of stuff. But it's a pain in the ass, man.
Yep.
But I tell you what, I will commend 1A in the fact that when shit went down on his, he held his ground pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for an angry young man, I would have to agree with you. Because, you know, he's pretty calm. When I was that age, he didn't want to mess with me, you know. And I think that he's got a lot of wisdom for his age. I'll give him that.
He does.
But I also believe that I kind of I hope I handled myself pretty well when they were trying to twist my words.
You know what, dude? My respect for you went up a lot because you went out there and said, you know, it was me who said that. What you got?
Well, you have to. I take ownership for everything I say.
You had to, but a lot of people wouldn't have, Slim. That's why I'm giving you a lot more. My respect for you went way up for you doing just that. All right.
Is that what that meant when they said threats were made a couple days ago? You can't get past that and pretend it didn't happen? Because I seen that earlier on my channel. Like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Well, yeah, when they said threats, you know, I had to I think I reworded. I said, no, we were expressing opinions. Well, I'm an ex-cop and blah, blah, blah. I don't care if that means that people are not entitled to their own opinion.
Yeah, everybody is. Just, you know, you're not entitled to bring your opinion in to disturb others. You know, if somebody says, oh, I don't know, let's say there's no God, right? If somebody tells me that, I go, all right, man, that's entirely up for you to believe. I'm not going to push my beliefs on you, nor are you going to change my beliefs. So it's like an agreeing to disagree, as they say. But to me, it's more than that. It's that I won't make a judgment on a person for thinking or believing in any certain way, anything they do. I will not make a judgment on them. All right. Until I see somebody judging me, you know.
Well, I judge you every day. I judge you as a fool too.
Don't blame me for eating chocolate when you walk up with brown shit around your lips.
It's okay, Chuck. I talk good about you too.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I don't think you ever heard me say anything bad about anybody. I might cuss them the hell out, but then it's over with.
Right?
I
yeah.
was grown that way, though. You had a problem, you worked it out, you duked it out, and then you drank a beer and it was done.
I think I did a video about that not too long ago. Well, I guess it's been a few weeks. Sitting on my front deck. Something about walking in the bullpen and stepping through shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think Carl got kicked.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, I'll try to come back. Yeah, sorry you had to hear that, Hen. I guess everybody heard me one time or another getting bent at some.
Is that Carl?
When I get pissed off, I give 0 fucks, which I don't have.
Even left on Sundays.
Yeah, and I have very few of them anyway. Dorinda, say something. Lake Ferry says you're quiet.
Yeah, I know. She hasn't said anything.
I forgot I was muted.
Like you sit there and look at you, look like you're watching ping pong.
I kind of am. Bing, bing.
I can tell when you look at whoever's on one part of your monitor talking, then you look to the other one. Either that or checking the chat or something.
No, I'm listening. There was one that Christina let up on her channel, was really freaky looking, looked like a little freaking weirdo. And she booted him right away, and then we found out from people in chat that he was up on Hawks, and then Hawk had all his problems, and he was up on somewhere else, and they had problems. It was like, I hope she booted him before she got hacked, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I was warned about letting somebody up on Monday that was known to hack accounts. I'm like, yeah, my account's still intact. I just don't do very many lives anymore.
Yeah, I got told today that I was on their panel, said that I was hacking them while they were on panel talking to them. And I'm like, I wish I had that kind of talent, sit here in front of the camera like I am now. I'm not touching anything, but I'm hacking. I wish I had them skills with using the keyboard, let alone without.
Yeah, you got one of those software programs that reads the motion of your eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm really a cyborg. Hell, if I had them kind of mad skills, I wouldn't be broke. Back in the day, I did once upon a time know how to, back in Yahoo chat, I knew how to bomb somebody, but meaning basically overload their chat.
Yeah, we've had that happen a few times, Lake Ferry, on different channels where they've showed body parts.
Yeah, that happened to think Jeff twice, didn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, but Michelle and Gigi.
See you later, Jim.
Bye, Jim.
I don't know you, Jim, but have a good one.
Night, Jim.
If it's a really good attack dog, you can feed him and walk him at the same time.
Yeah.
For sure, Anna. That makes sense, right? No, they just don't make any sense.
Yeah, I knew somebody that had a big old Mastiff dog, and it was trained. The damn dog's name was Fifi. Ain't nothing more worse than that to get a dog to chew you up called Fifi. Wouldn't that be embarrassing? Who tore you up, Fifi? You think of a little fluffy poodle, and it's a big 200-pound, 250-pound bull Mastiff.
Whoa.
Male at that.
It's great to see you, Lake Ferry.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I even tried to go back on Christina's to see who it was, and I kept missing it. So I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll do it another time.
Gives them content, I guess. When you blow your top, they got it on video.
Yeah, they like it when you blow up.
That way they can manipulate it, cut certain parts out, and say you did this and that.
Oh yeah,
Well, they have to be able to first either record, which some of them are too stupid to do that. Because like me on Monday, as soon as the live was over, that whole 2 hours is gone. You will not find it again.
Yes, Cindy, speaking of that, attack dog, a buddy of mine had a trained dog, and one of the dog's keywords was snuggle. And when he said snuggle, the dog would come up and bite the front of your pants and just barely hold on to it.
Camo, get your butt back up here.
Ray, what would you think of that if an attack dog grabbed the crotch of your pants just barely and held on to it by the word snuggle?
I would say that would be the most action I've had in about 10 or 15 years. Just saying. I might enjoy it.
I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just sitting there looking. Why did you just freeze? I'm like, cuz I don't know what the other keyword was. It might be like swallow or something. Or I was afraid to say no. No might mean go. Or
As you're not trying to come on panel, Tennessee.
Well, and he's watched too much Ron White. Yes. Yeah, he watched too much Ron White. I can repeat every word of his shit.
Oh.
I won't, because it's too funny and too vulgar.
I just recently, within the last 2 years, discovered Ron White.
he's kind of funny.
Kinda? That's like saying the grass is kind of green.
You want to hear really funny in a twisted way? Listen to Red Fox.
Oh, Red Fox was always the funny guy. But
He
man,
wasn't-
that was 20 years ago.
He wasn't. I'm talking about the one back in the late '60s, early '70s.
Yeah, the one that played on Sanford and Son.
Yeah, he
I know who
made
you're talking about.
he made Richard Pryor sound nice.
Dumb. Yeah, he made Richard Pryor sound dumb. Red Fox was stupid smart.
He had a vocabulary.
Red Fox was stupid smart. Yeah, he was funny.
His comedies, like you've seen him on Harlem Nights, where they talk on there. Yep, that's Red Fox normal.
Yes, that was his everyday language.
And he was funny. Dad hid that. I found his record because I had Cheech and Chong, and I found Red Fox, and I thought, oh, Sanford Son, put it on. And he got about a minute and a half, and Dad come grab that record up, and put it up.
Red Fox was a hilarious dude. He was. I'll give him that.
I guess
You got to give credit where credit's due. Man, I want to tell you, he was hilarious.
Cheech and Chong was one thing. 10 years old, I didn't need to listen to that, he said.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong was something else. And I'm going to tell you, Cheech Moran went on to other things. But Chong, he still does his some of his dumb shit. And he had one about 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, he's been having some issues.
Yeah, he's always fighting the law about his permits and business and stuff.
Yep. Yes, he is. Cheech Moran's kind of went on and he's went into the Hollywood scene, so he's kind of hidden.
I
But-
forget that cop show he was on.
Yeah, I can't remember that one.
Him, Mike Tyson, Cheech Chong, and Mike Tyson. And somebody else did a YouTube stream with
You're
Mike.
joking. You're
Oh,
joking, right?
They're all up there getting stoned as hell, telling jokes. Even Mike Tyson was.
Bonnie,
Yes.
Crystal's asking you a question.
Okay, just a minute. I'm sorry.
At
Taking care-
11:32.
I'm taking care of some stuff.
Yeah, Shane, he told Mike Tyson told, I remember his Cheech or Chong, one of them, he told him, he said, he beat the shit out of him right there. It'd be all out of love. I laughed my ass off. They just kind of looked at him. They were all fried.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, I tried that once. And I won't ever do that again. You take a big hit off of that after you've been drinking all day. I puked my guts up and I went and laid down because, man, I was so jacked up I couldn't even see straight. And, you know, I'm trying to do things to make me better. And, boy, I'm going to tell you, I did that. And next thing I know, I get up and I go in the bathroom and I poltergeisted 5 times in a row. Not 5 different times. I mean, this was one after the other, after the other, after the other. I poltergeisted into the toilet. And I thought, something ain't right here. So I went back and I laid back down. And once I got done and knew I was going to be okay, I can't. There's some things I figured out I can't do. And that's one of them. I cannot do that. I'm not a smoker. I figured that one out. I'm not a smoker. I can't do I figured out I can't do the THC gummies. I figured out I can't do a lot of things because my body does not like that in there. It will not accept it. So yeah, I figured out a lot of things in a hurry. No, I'm not cussing anybody that does that because by God, no.
Oh, who was rocking out?
I don't know. Somebody was almost sounding like AC/DC or something.
I think it was Bonnie.
Bonnie, you over there rocking out?
I think her phone's going crazy tonight.
Well, probably. It probably is. It's probably all my family calling her.
No, I'm muted and I need to go take care of something. I'll be right back. I don't know where the music came from.
Yeah, Chuck. I don't know what happened, but I found out there's things I can't do. Not that I didn't try. So I was trying to help myself, but boy, I found out there's things I cannot do. And I found out the hard way. Boy, howdy. You get 50 years old, you figure out there's a lot of things you couldn't do when you was 18 anymore. And since it's been 35 years or so, yeah.
That was me, Ray. I'm listening to Stevie Ray and listening to Shane. I don't know if you hear it.
Yes.
Yeah,
we hear it more than we hear you. And we like it a lot better. Sorry, Chuck. I had to go there.
It's okay. Go sit on a bag of dicks.
That bag of dicks
As
for
long as they're
500.
hard. As long
Oh,
as
I'm
they're
sorry.
limp and not hard.
I'm using improper grammar. Go sit on a satchel of Richards.
As long as they're not erect and they're limp.
No shit. As long as they're all limp, I'll sit on the top of them. But
It has been a weird day. I guess that's why I listen to music. I used to listen to it all the time, and I started listening to more when days get shitty. And it's all over fucking YouTube, which it shouldn't bother us, but
I want to tell you, there's times that I can't get enough of music, and there's times that I don't want to hear it because I get that shit stuck in my head. But man, I want to tell you, I love my music. I do love my music.
here you go, y'all. If y'all want what I'm listening to, this is that one. I dropped it in private. Can't remember which Stevie Ray it is now. Stevie Ray, Double Trouble, Greatest Hits.
Huh.
I started to play Texas Flood, but that might get something going, and we've had enough. Dorinda, you like Stevie Ray Vaughan?
I've never listened to Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Click that link in private. Mute it and
Yeah,
listen to it.
I don't know much of Stevie Ray Vaughan. I know a couple of his, but I don't know a lot of his. But I know he's really good. And he's a hell of a guitarist.
Yeah, he's like B.B. King kind of music.
Yes.
I like listening to it from time to time, but I'm just not a person that turns to music. I turn to educational materials more than music, so
I'm
Well,
more.
I do educational all day long. So my relief in the evenings is music.
well, I work all day long, and so my relief is the educational.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
usually
don't.
Pantera type music, but to calm me down. But I drive, I like listening to Pantera and stuff like that. But Leonard Skinner and Stevie Ray Vaughan and stuff like that, I like when stuff's bothering me. It kind of makes me chill out a little bit.
No, I for some people, music is what does it. I'm one of the weird ones where for me to chill out, I got to do educational material in a subject that really interests me.
To
That's
go
like
to
I think it was
Well,
Chuck
good
or
luck.
Shane, one of you two, that introduced me the other night to Hillsdale College.
I think that was
And I've been preaching that
Probably.
for 4 years.
yeah, Hillsdale. You can go to that class and get a certificate for the Constitution and Bill of Rights.
I'm already enrolled in 9 of their courses.
Oh yeah, and I want to tell you, you're not going to go wrong with Hillsdale. Hillsdale, I am a big supporter of. They are. I want to tell you, Hillsdale is great, and if you can introduce yourself to that and get indoctrinated to that, I think you'll be okay.
This may be before everybody's time, but another person, Joe Satriani, look up Surfing with an Alien. No vocals, all music, all guitar.
Sorry, y'all, I'm dying here.
Something wrong?
What's wrong?
Oh, it's just we got Hungarian food cooking in the kitchen, and whatever the spices are, it's like handle it.
Also, cumin. That does it for me, cumin.
I think,
Um,
Bonnie,
what
I think Crystal would like the link.
I think
She
she's
thinks
talking
she
about
did
closing it
something
down.
wrong.
Bonnie, you talking about wrapping it up?
No, not yet. I'm just take a bit of drilling. I'll be right with y'all.
Shane, did you slip her one of them gummies?
No, I did
Yeah.
not.
Maybe she needs one.
No.
She got a hold of something. It sounds like she's got that Benadryl that's having an adverse effect.
Yeah, she's having a adverse effect to that Hungarian food, and it's probably,
Some
if I was
seasoning
just
that
a
she's
guessing,
allergic
man,
to.
it's one of the spices, which would be probably, let's see, what would it be that'd make you when it's cooking? You know, I don't know what it'd be right offhand. I'd have to think about that for a minute. Yeah, but
Oh, sorry, Shane. Go ahead.
no, you're good. You're good, girl.
I'm just relaying a message from Canadian Patriot. She wants Chuck to check his email.
I looked at it and I told her to, if they get stupid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either going to be the cumin or paprika.
Cumin
I'll
is
guarantee it's the cumin.
usually the cumin is usually the most potent.
Yeah.
It's one of the really strong flavors in fajitas and Mexican food.
Yeah, and it's good in the food, but man, if they're cooking with it, they
I
use
guess
too
you would
much
need your
of it.
Benadryl for that.
Boy, I want to tell you, yeah, that'll take your breath away. It's like
Especially
Tabasco.
if it gets hot in the skillet, or if it gets hot in the skillet, or you get it on a burner, that shit'll run you out like mace.
That's like Tabasco. Tabasco, you get a skillet red hot, just pour a half a glass of Tabasco in there, and I want to tell you, you will run a whole house of partiers out.
Yeah, crying, snot running, slobbering.
And make damn sure you got a glass of water when you walk out, because you're going to need it.
Had a bunch of people years ago. His guy's having a bonfire in his backyard and couldn't get anybody to leave. He's trying to break it up. Everybody's fighting and drunk. His wife come out there and threw a shot glass of cayenne oil in the bonfire. It cleared everybody out.
Oh my God, yeah. Because everybody, their eyes start watering, their nose starts watering, they start getting sick. Yeah, they'll leave.
I asked what it was as she was walking out. She said cayenne oil, and I headed towards my car.
Yeah, it's one of those deals that I do the same. I've done the same thing with Tabasco here at the house. Well, I was having a big old party, and man, I was getting sick of people, and I just got it red hot and poured it in there and walked outside with a glass of water. I'm going to tell you what, it cleared that whole damn house. Everybody they don't know what the hell happened, but all they know is they was leaving. And so I just don't. Yeah, so it makes you wonder what they're cooking over there. And it's awful damn late to be cooking. What the hell are they doing cooking at 10:40 at night? 10:45.
Well, I'm stepping down, you guys. I got to work in the morning. I love you.
See you later.
Hey, I got to work in the morning too. That you can stay.
No, I got to go. Good night.
All right, Brenda, be careful.
Have fun. Mine's easy because I work from home, so I get to take a nap whenever I want.
Yeah, I work from home too.
I remember the other day Ray did that. He's like, well, I got a 4-hour run. I'm going to take a 3-hour nap. I'll see y'all in 2. Or something. What you said, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
It sounded like a Jewish person up there saying, $5. What do you need 4 for? I only got 3. Buddy of mine was Jewish about that, and he was Jewish, and he was funny about them jokes like that. I wouldn't say them anymore though, even though they come from somebody that of that nationality. It'd be racist.
Oh yeah, I had a friend like that too. He would say some stuff that I took offense to.
Yeah, I had a gay friend of my wife's gay, and he'd tell gay jokes, and I wouldn't know whether to laugh or not. And then a black friend used to tell ethnic jokes, and I couldn't laugh at them because then it'd be like, "Oh, you're a racist. You thought that was funny." I stick with fat jokes. I'm fat, and I don't care if anybody don't like it.
Yeah, I don't mind fat jokes. I'm the original fat kid from the '80s. God damn it!
Yeah.
Well, you think I'm joking? It's 5th grade. I was 200 pounds.
Well, it's one of those deals that I don't make fun of people because of their weight. Trust me. It's
Yeah, I guess I'm not. Ricky says I'm not fat. I'm fucking 6'7", weigh 300 pounds. I don't know if that'd be considered fat.
no, that's one big bastard. Is what that is.
That's
You're
one big
a
ugly
freaking
motherfucker. You don't want to
linebacker is
meet.
what you are.
That's one big ugly motherfucker you do not want to meet in an alley, in a dark alley.
No, that is one person you do not want to see when they're upset. You do not want to see. Trust me. I know. I've been up against them. And I'm 6'5". And I've been up against a 6'7" dude that was 300 pounds. And I'm going to tell you, when they're not in a good mood, it's probably not your best idea to jack with them.
Oh,
I don't know what that 2 inches and that extra 100 pounds does, but I'm going to tell you, they'll whip your ass and not even think about it. And that's
Yeah.
why I don't make fun of it.
10 years ago, I had a little guy, a buddy of ours. He's been into martial arts forever, and he's kept calling me old man and slow and jacking with me and saying shit. And he goes, I just want to humiliate you. Once you take your best, any kind of swing you can come up with, he goes, take a poke at me. Come on, do it, old man. Or are you afraid some little pipsqueak could embarrass your old ass? He kept going and going and going. Finally, I was like, yeah, fuck it. Okay, whatever. He goes, are you going to do it or not? Or am I going to punk you out and make you like a bitch in front of all these people? And I had my thumb hanging in my right thumb in my pocket. I said, you sure you want to do this? He said, yeah. I said, are you ready? He goes, I'm all ready. He goes, you're going to telegraph everything you do. I said, you're sure you're ready? He goes, yeah. I said, I'm sorry. He goes, sorry for what? And about that time, a thumb come out of my pocket, a hammer fist caught him under the chin and laid him across the damn counter in my house. And he said, I blocked it. He hit me on top of my arm with his wristwatch and scratched the hell out of me right there, almost by the crack of my arm. But it swelled the bottom of his mouth. It almost broke his damn jaw. He said he broke one of his teeth sharp inside. But I leaned over him in the middle of all this. He goes, you know, I could do just about anything I wanted to right now because you're going to be incoherent for about 15 more seconds. I said, all right, he's looking around. His eyes aren't glazed. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
He quit that shit. He goes, where the hell did that come from? He goes, I've never seen old big people be so fast. I'm like, people taught me.
Mike seen that with me when he showed up down here. Mike seen that with, I'm a feeble old dude and having a lot of issues. And he figured out that I still got something that he can't compete with. And I'm like 3 or 4 years older than him, 3, I think. And he was like, what the hell, Shane? He says, you're going to have to get back on your toes because, man, I've had a lot of issues. But I'm going to tell you, he figured out right quick that Shane don't jack around. I mean, I have what they call an old man's strength, or I don't give a shit what they call it. But yeah, and it's the same damn way, Chuck. We have this stuff that's, and I want to tell you, I can move. I hobble around here half the time, but my brother has seen me get up and move to the front door when people are here that's not supposed to be here. He has seen me move that it's just angelic as hell. And I don't, you know, not good. I ain't got no much stamina. I won't tell you. I just don't. And it ain't going to take much stamina. I'm going to take you out, put you down, you're done. I am going to put you out and you're done. And then I can come back to what I was doing.
Adrenaline's an excellent painkiller and takes about 20 years off your life, or it takes about 20 years of your age back for a little while.
I was about to say something like that. For big guys, I think a lot of it is we learn how to channel that pain back into energy. Because I had my last fight I got into was probably about 10 years ago. And a kid hit me, and I say kid because he was only 20. He was half my age. Hit me as hard as he could in my face. Would have put a lot of people down. I just stared at him for about 5 seconds, and he ran. Apparently, he saw something that scared the living piss out of him after he hit me. The fact that I was also still standing.
Yeah, I seen a buddy of mine. He was this has been years ago. He's probably 20 at the time. He was maybe 5'8", 5'10", probably 200 pounds. Some dude anyway. They started arguing. The dude come up. The dude was big, built, big old fucking boat up. He drew back, cock hit that fucker. He knocked him back. He bounced off the cement wall with his back of his head. Straightened himself up, looked at the dude, smiled, spit about half his front teeth out, laughed at him, and said, "My turn." And he whooped the motherfucker's ass. I was like, damn, I didn't know where that come from. I didn't know old boy had it in him, but he's always real mellow. And
now, I don't get excited, man. I try not to get excited. I try not to get upset. But I'm going to tell you, yeah, Chuck, I've been the same way my whole life. But I try not to get excited. I don't want to be mean.
I don't want to be mean. I was always a wild, loud headbanger that I was the life of the party. You could hear me 5 blocks off hooping and hollering, having a big time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was too for a long time. But I just don't want to be jacked with. Leave me alone. Get the hell away from me. Don't come over. If you're going to stir shit, don't come over. Don't come around. And I've been like that for about 10 years. And a lot of people know. There's a lot of people that say, no, we're not going to Shane's house unless you're invited or someone brings you with them, because they will not come over here. They will not. No matter what the hell is going on. They will not come to my house. And they've always said that. Now, I live in a little small town, so I've got a pretty good reputation of being stupid. But I just don't want to be like that. And so people have a very good idea that just don't come jack with me. Man, I just don't want to be jacked with. Leave me alone.
No, I'm gonna jack with you.
Bonnie will jack with me. She will jack with me.
You feel all right now, Bonnie?
Bonnie jacks with my heartstrings, so that's a different story. That's a different story.
I told them, get that fan on, open the windows, whatever you got to do. I don't know what they're cooking. I didn't even look.
Me and a little buddy of mine were working on a shed out here. It's been 4 or 5 years ago. And He was out there. We walking. Next thing I hear something, I turn around and look. That's before I put the fence around the backyard. Some old tweaker walking through, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck you doing walking up behind me? Hell, that shit ain't right. This ain't your yard. This ain't a park. I'll walk where the fuck I want to walk. Or you two old man jack with me. He goes, I'll cut you fuckers up. I just shrugged, put my hands up, and I walked in the house. Buddy told me later, the guy asked, well, where's he going? He goes, he's going to get an equalizer. He's fixing to kill you. I walked in the house, grabbed my gun, went out the front door, and I seen him about 2 blocks down running his ass off. I come back and asked Ronnie, I said, what happened? He said, that kid had a knife. He goes, where'd you go? I said, went and got my gun, went out the front door. I seen him way down the road. I just wondered what happened. He goes, I told him he's fixing to go get your shit, and he's fixing to kill him. I'm like, well, you made a good guess. Threaten me with a knife, walk up behind me.
Oh, I can tell you a story about a knife. I had an old boy walk up on me, and he decided he was going to poke me because I wouldn't give him no money. And I looked at him.
Yeah, you always make sure you're able to eat what you told.
No, a guy that was standing next to me knows me very well. He says, don't do that, put it away. And the guy almost listened to him, but then he didn't. He decided he was going to get some money. And I carried him to the street. Not very nicely. And I put him down the street. And his knife I still own. I did not put up with that. And I just, there's a lot of things I don't put up with. Like I said, I had a lot of training. And I just don't put up with that horse shit anymore. And right now I ain't got no energy to tolerate. Now I just got a gun that lays beside me all the time, and it's like,
yeah, I'm not a spooky person, but turning around and somebody's 10 feet behind me that I didn't hear, that freaked me out. And then tell me he's going to stick me? Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. That's like sitting. I go to a restaurant, I will not sit with my back.
Oh, I'm thinking, no window. I don't like sitting my side to a window, really, but at least I can see how they hit.
I don't mind sitting beside a window. But I'm going to tell you what, I will not have my back to the public. Will not. I've been hit in the back of the head with this shit. People trying to take me out, and back in my younger days, and I want to tell you what, it's traumatizing. But I won't do it. I will not do it no more.
Oh man, you say don't
address chat real quick. Lewis, you say that you're a bag of mixed nuts. Well, my family's a granola family. We're full of fruits, nuts, and flakes.
Daddy always used to say too, if you go into a bar, don't sit with your back to the door.
No.
Back goes to the wall.
I have no. Yeah, you give me a booth or a table.
Hell, somebody could fling the door open mad at somebody and they think you're them, they could shoot you at the doorways.
Oh, absolutely. No. And if you get me in a corner booth, I can put the table up and get down behind it. At least that'll protect me for a second. Yeah, I don't put up with that horse shit.
Yeah, I used to go in and I'd order my beer or drink or whatever I was getting, and I'd head to where the pool table is and try to stand in the corner leaning up there.
Oh, and I did too, because I always played pool, and I was pretty damn good at it. Matter of fact, I got my own sticks. Got my brick stick, and I got my regular stick. But yeah, it's one of those deals that I don't put up with that horse shit. I just don't. I won't, and I haven't for years and years and years. And it's not that, and I don't even do that shit anymore.
Yeah, my wife sister came down here 2 years ago, and nephews and stuff was with her, and they're all grown. They all wanted to go to the bar, and Vicky went, her sister went, and I think a couple of my boys went. They tried to get me to go, and I'm like, nah. They're all like, well, Uncle Chuck, you ain't got to buy your drinks or nothing. We'll buy your drinks. Hell, we'll buy you a steak. If you want to get on the video poker, we'll give you $100 to play video poker. I said, I've been to plenty of bars. I ain't left nothing in none of them. Y'all need me. You know where I'm at. Call me. I'm 5 minutes away. I'll be up here. But other than that, I ain't left shit in the bar.
Well, they'd probably coerced me with that steak, and they'd probably coerced me with the steak. I'd have probably went with that one. But yeah, but no, I don't drive an hour to go to a casino anymore. No, I will not go. I just don't do that shit anymore. There's a lot of things I don't do anymore because I don't want part of that lifestyle anymore, and I want to be a good person. And it's hard. It's hard being a good person.
Yeah,
Especially after the life I lived and grew up with.
Yeah, Chuck Daniels ain't in the bar no more. That's me. I used to be in there. Everybody knew it was Jack and Coke. It'd be fill the glass most of the way with Coke, drop ice in it, a couple shots of Coke in it on top of the Jack.
Yeah. Fill it up with Jack, and well, I don't like Jack, but I like Crown. But yeah, it's the same damn way. It's like
spritz it with
an 8-ounce glass. Give me 6.5 ounces of Jack or Crown, and give me a splash of Coke, and that's with ice. And I'm going to tell you, people hated when they come to my house because I'd give them, they'd want to do, let's do shots of Crown. I said, okay. I'd hand them an 8-ounce glass. I'd take an 8-ounce glass, no Crown, no ice, no nothing, and I'd fill it up with Crown. Both of them.
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 shots in a row. Yep.
I'd shoot mine, and they're like 3 or 4 drinks later, and they're about to get sick. I'm like, and then they can't figure out why they're all jacked up in about 15 minutes. I'm like, that's how I used to be.
Yeah, I like to taste the Crown, but I like to taste the Crown, but it's blended and it makes me sick and it gives me a bad hangover. But that's all blended whiskey does that to me.
Well, anytime you end up with, you don't put Coke in it. That's the problem. Coke is what gives you the headache. It's the sugars. Straight Crown will not do it. Well, I'm going to tell you,
way something about
a lot of people think I was jacked up because of that. They thought I was screwed up.
I just heard
your clothes fall off. Deplorable.
Yeah, that song "It's Getting Hot in Here" by Nelly or whoever that was.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard somebody just window behind me go, "Hey."
Well, couldn't have been in your house because most of them just talk out loud.
Yeah. Somebody outside the window. I'm making sure where my stuff's at.
Make sure your gun's close.
Yeah. It's always within reach. I just make sure I didn't leave it in the truck earlier.
Oh, I know. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Yep, mine's right here. Mine lays right beside me. One of them. No matter where I'm at, I've got one laying beside me.
I won't show the one. I won't show the one I carry, but you probably guessed by the sound.
That sounds like a 38 or a 9.
Here, listen to this. This is dropping a breach. $1911 Colt.
That's 45.
Yep. I got them big.
Yeah, 1911. I won't tell you what. That's the only thing I can use. Because anything smaller, it always scars my damn hands.
Yeah, the slide
Yeah, I
comes back.
love the 1911. They fit my hands better. I got big hands, man. I got big ass hands.
So people saying they shake mine. They said it's like shaking hands with a baseball glove.
Yes, yes, I look like a catcher's mitt when I shake somebody's hand, and it's like, and people don't realize it because they look at me and they see me on the internet at times, but it's like, yeah, my hand's like a catcher's mitt. It's
Let me
my
see.
hand,
See the
my
ceiling
hand.
up there? Look at it. That's touching it. That's my head.
That's 8 foot ceiling.
That's 7.5.
Oh, I know. You're a big
Chuck, like I said before,
big
you're
dude.
somebody I do not want to see in a dark alley.
I'm the
Oh,
nicest person you ever want to meet. Most trustworthy until you do me wrong.
I didn't say I wouldn't want to meet you in person, and I'm not saying you're not trustworthy because I think just from the few interactions we've had on YouTube, you'd probably be my best friend,
Yeah, I don't.
which is something not to take lightly because I only have one friend that, and when I say friend, that's somebody that I trust my life with.
That's me. And
I'm
when I
gonna
tell
tell
a
you,
lot of people I call them brother, that means something. Me never had them, and I call very few people that.
I want to tell you, I have my own brother, my real brother, and my nephew are my best two friends, and I want to tell you why. I can call them, and they'll cut. They're here. My brother works for me. My nephew used to work for me for until 2 weeks ago, or 2 months ago, actually. They work for me daily, and I want to tell you, they protect me. And my older brother, he's just a little bitty bastard. He's 5'7", weighs 326 pounds, but he's one of the strongest bastards I've ever met in my life. He, I've watched him throw 400-pound beams over his shoulder and carry him up a damn ladder, and he is a freaking beast. But no, he is my best friend. My nephew is 6'5", 326 pounds, and he's as big as any linebacker you'll ever see. He is one big bastard, and he will do anything I ask, and not even question. He'll just do it. So yes, those are my two best friends. Other than that, I don't have friends. Would I like to run into Chuck? Yes. I would love to run into Chuck and get with him and meet up with him. Would I love to run into Bonnie and get into Bonnie? Yes. I'd
Hey.
love to get. What?
You might want to rephrase that, Shane.
I know.
I was thinking the same thing, Bonnie.
I know she's good. Like, hey.
That almost sounded like one of them Deer Penthouse things.
Right?
Right. Right. So I kind of rephrase. Yeah. Let me rephrase that. I would love it to
Probably a good idea.
run into Bonnie and see her. Yes. But yeah, other than that, then like I said, I've told them I decided I was going to Dallas one time for a meet and greet, and I said, "You two are going with me." Well, we got. I said, "No, this is what we're doing." And there's like, okay, and that's what they do. He doesn't make two shits. And the guy that my nephew works for is a very good friend of mine, and I told him, I said, you can have him part of the time, but I need him part of the time. And he says, well, that's perfect because it saves him money. I said, okay. I just told him. So when I want to go do something and I need these two boys I guarantee they're right there, and they are beasts. They are beasts. They are monsters. So it's like walking in with half a front line of a
Football team or something.
football team. It's just like yeah. And
There's
then I
like
just
there's like that or that I could call that have shovels and alibis. That's about all I've got out of 56 years.
oh yeah, and like I said, I I tell them no, that's what we're doing, and they do it, and that's what we go do. And I'm going to tell you, they are. You don't. I'm going to tell you, I can feel threatened, and I'll look at either one of them, and I'm going to tell you, you better hope like hell the nice one gets a hold of you, because one of them will. Oh, he'll rip you to shreds. He don't even care, and he don't. No, he has no problem of hurting somebody bad. And I'm like, son, did you have to hurt them that damn bad? He goes, well, they learned their lesson. I'm like, son. So yeah, I don't. Usually when I go somewhere and they go with me, I don't have any problem. None. And I'm a big guy. And I used to be bad. I used to be just as mean or meaner than them, but my health has been kind of whooping me a little bit. So no, these guys, they just son. They don't jack around. They do not jack around. There's no two questions about it. They don't. I don't have the energy. I could do it as long as it don't take me more than 3 minutes. I could do it. But man, these two guys, they don't even take 3 minutes. They're just like, they'll ball you up and put you in the floor and make you wish you wouldn't have showed up in just seconds.
Yeah, Bonnie, that was a
I know. I saw that.
What, Bonnie?
She says she's letting the testosterone melt.
Deflate.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Well, I was just telling everybody how my brother and my nephew was, because they're beasts. Mike's met them. Yeah, Mike was like, son. Mike met my nephew at the door when he beat on my door when he showed up.
You want to see some testosterone? I got to get on video one day when my two boys are together over here. My middle one, he's tall as me, probably 250. And then I got my oldest boy, he's 6'3" and probably 300. They all come in here on top of me one day and said, one looked at the other and was like, let's jump up on Dad and beat his ass. And the other one, he goes, I'm good with that. He goes, oh, you let me know how that goes. And he walked out of the room.
Yeah, I had that happen. Matter of fact, I had my stepson and his two buddies decide they were going to whoop me just for something, just because it been fun. And it was all in play, but yet. And one of them, he's a big kid. Two of them are big kids. One of them was weightlifting. By the time it was done, I had them three balled up underneath me. Now, they did hurt my back, but not bad. But I had them three balled up, and I said, this ain't happening, boys. And I mean, they are balled up together. I said, this ain't happening, boys.
My middle boy was working on them barges run up and down the Mississippi River, and he was a supervisor, but he worked his way up from just a deckhand. And he's used to pulling cables and moving crates and all that, and pulling them big ass cables they connect them tugboats with. And he got boat up, and he was like the king of all the different boats running up and down. They'd get together at certain places, and they had arm wrestling contests. I guess something to do when they get around other ships to see who was better, and they'd win money.
Right.
And he come back bragging about that, and he got my oldest boy in there arm wrestling. He kind of almost flipped him over the hood of the truck. That said a lot to fling around a 300-pound boy like that. He goes, I would ask the old man. He goes, the old man's kind of broke down, and I don't want to hurt his feelings. I said, boy, put your arm on that damn hood.
Yeah, that's it. Get it on down there.
I said, I got a bad back, a bad neck, 2 screwed up shoulders. Just put your arm down there. I said, first off, when I just started snatching him back and forth just so I can get a good shot of pain, I slung you know how you take your hand like that and then slide it up under their elbow, lay it flat and tuck them in where they don't move.
Oh, yeah.
I slid mine under his. He slid his under mine. I said, you ready? He said, yeah, anytime. He goes, I just don't want to hurt you. I said, just pull. See if you can do anything. He grabbed me, latched a hold of. He's pulling. It sounded like he's fixing to shit himself. He pulled and pulled. I said, well, hell, you can let go with the other hand if you need to. Grab, pull both hands. He goes, well, why don't you just go ahead and pull me down? I said, I ain't trying to humiliate you. You're the one that said the old man shit. I said, always remember this. Your old man's your old man. I said, I taught you what you know. I didn't teach you all. I didn't teach you all I know.
Well, and you know what's funny? When Mike was here, him and Ben got into an arm wrestle match at my table. And, you know, I'm kind of feeble. Well, I said, shit, I want to try some of that. So I get up there, and Ben knows. My nephew knows. So he gets out of the way, and I get up there, and I sit down. I said, okay, come on. And me and Mike lock up. And I said, now, Ben, you're going to have to tell us when to go. And
good night, Lakefoot.
Ben says, go. And Mike, he just takes off. And he's like, he can't even budge me. And I said, well, Mike, and we're still sitting there locked up. And I said, well, Mike, here's the deal. We're locked up. You're not going to budge me. And I said, do you really want me to pull you over? and he looks at me. He said, I don't think you can. I just pull him over. I pull him over a little bit. He knows I've got it. He says, as strong as you are, Shane, what the hell are you doing? Yeah, no, I'm not. Like I said, I still got my shit. Now, granted, it's getting not as good as it was, but I still got my shit, and I still know how to arm wrestle. Because the world, I used to be in the arm wrestling world.
Yep.
And I was taught by the Oklahoma's world's national contest winner of arm wrestling.
So you know what a thumb tuck.
Yes, he taught me technique. I don't want to tell you that technique. I can lock you up. I don't have to, but you can't either. And that's what I learned, and that was a lot of fun. And Mike's like, "You got to be kidding me, Stein. You got to be friggin' kidding me." Well, here I am. He's, you know, he had to help me out of bed one day, but yet I can do that.
Yo.
Yeah, it's like, no. I got this shit.
Daddy, you say I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm once good as I ever was.
I'm as good once as I ever was. That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, my nephew and me and my brother even and me. Me and my brother's strong as shit. And Me and him, I taught him a lesson. Boy, he's scared arm wrestling because he went. We always did it on the floor, so we're laying there face to face. And I released one time, and he made himself punch himself in the mouth with my hand because I just released. I said, "This is gonna be fun." I just released, and he
You
punched himself in the mouth, busted both his lips, bloodied his gums. I mean, he knocked the shit out of
That's that thing where you do like that with two fingers and have them pull their fist towards them and tell them that you can hold their two hands with them two fingers and they'll grab and hold like this and keep trying to pull and you're holding on top, holding them two fingers on it. And when they grunt really good, you just go like that and they'll knock themselves out of the chair.
Oh no, I just we were bound up, and man, he's pulling hard, and I just let go, and he punched himself in the mouth with my knuckles, and I got some big old knuckles, and man, he knocked himself in the mouth, and oh my God, he was pissed. I said, "Well, you won." He's got the blood going everywhere. He was mad. He was
Well, gentlemen,
not
Miss
happy.
Bonnie, ladies and gentlemen of chat, y'all have a good night.
All
Yeah,
right,
time
Ray.
to wrap it
Was
up.
nice
Thanks,
meeting
Mike. Make it roll up.
Ray,
Good
you
night.
have a good night. Thank you for coming up.
Good night, y'all. Love y'all.
You're leaving too, Chuck?
Yeah, I figured you was ready to roll. A lot of people leaving.
Yeah, it's probably about time to shut it down.
I'll give you and Shane backroom talk time.
And
Well, I don't know if I'll have much of that, but maybe a minute.
Good night, everybody.
we'll be up tomorrow night. Y'all have a good evening. Thank you all so much for coming by. I just let the men take over tonight.
That's obvious.
Yes. See y'all tomorrow night. Love you. God bless you.